Here, today we are going to discuss the hybridization topic. Hybridization in organic compounds. General organic compounds are nothing but what? Carbon compounds. Organic compounds are nothing but carbon compounds. So, what is the valence shell electronic configuration of carbon? 2s1, 2p3. Here, 2s1 with one unpaired electron, and 2p3 also with 2p3 with 3 unpaired electrons. 3 unpaired electrons. 2px, 2py, 2pz. So sometimes what happens in some carbon atoms, in the valence shell, what happens? S orbital will mix with only one p orbital. Sometimes S orbital will mix with 2 p orbitals. Sometimes S orbital will mix with 3 p orbitals. This intermixing of atomic orbitals, intermixing of pure atomic orbitals to form hybrid orbitals is called what? Hybridization topic. Hybridization is nothing but pure atomic orbitals intermix with each other to form same number of hybrid orbitals. Is called hybridization. In carbon, we have only 3 types of hybridization. What are they? sp3 hybridization, sp2 hybridization, sp hybridization. So sp3 means what? One s orbital mixes with 3 p orbitals, and sp2 indicates what? One s orbital mixes with 2 p orbitals. sp indicates what? One s orbital mixes with only 1 p orbital. This is called hybridization of here. So the 3 types of hybridization seen in carbon compounds: sp3, sp2, and sp. And number of orbitals used. Tell me how many orbitals used here? Here 1s means here 1, ONE1 here actually. 1 means what? ONE1. Here 3 indicates what? THREE, 3. So 3 number of p orbitals, 1 number of s orbital will mix with each other to form how many hybrid orbitals? 4 hybrid orbitals. 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals. So how many hybrid orbitals will be there here? 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals will be formed totally. Like that, here number of unused p orbitals. Unused means number of p orbitals not involved in hybridization. Not involved in hybridization. In sp3, here s orbital mixes with what? Px, py, pz. 3 p orbitals and 1 s orbital will mix na. So here no p orbital is left over. So number of unused p orbitals in sp3 carbon will be nil. Nil means no p orbitals will be left over on carbon. And sp2 carbon. Suppose if you take sp2 carbon, in sp2 carbon, how many p orbitals involved? Only 2 p orbitals involved. Out of px, py, pz, only 2 involved here. So we have 2px orbital, 2py orbital, 2pz orbital with one electron each. With 1 electron each, right? So here in this case, here what happened in sp2? 2 p orbitals and 1 s orbital mixed here. So 2s1 is there, 2s1 is there, and 2p, 2px1, 2py1, 2pz1. In sp2, what happened? S orbital mixed with 2 p orbitals. Still, what is there? 1 px is left over. Pure px is left over. So one pure 2px orbital is left over. Remember, one pure 2px orbital is left over, unhybridized in carbon atom. In sp2 carbon, one pure 2px orbital will be left over, unhybridized, unused. And next, in sp, what happens? S orbital mixes with 1 p orbital. Only 2pz will be involved here. 2pz and 2s. So here, what will be involved in this? Tell me. Here, 2s orbital plus 2pz orbital. So 2pz orbital and 2s orbital will be involved. Then how many left over unused? 2px unused, 2py also unused. So how many p orbitals left over here? Number of unused p orbitals, how many? 2. What are the 2 here? 2px and 2py. So 2px orbital, 2py orbital. These 2 pure atomic orbitals left over on each sp carbon. On each sp carbon, how many pure atomic orbitals will be there? 2. What are they? 2px and 2py. In sp2, how many pure p orbitals left over? 1 pure 2px orbital is left over. In sp3 carbon, there are no p orbitals left over. Remember. Okay. Next, the bond. So how many? Which type of bonds will be there? Which type of bonds will be there in sp3 carbon? and sp carbon, we have to understand. Suppose if you take sp3 carbon, in sp3 carbon, in sp3 carbon, only sigma bonds will be there. Remember, what will be there? Only sigma bond. In sp3 carbon, only 4 sigma bonds will be there. No pi bonds in this. There are no pi bonds in sp3 carbon. The sp3 carbon has 4 bonds now. Out of 4 bonds, all 4 will be sigma bonds only. So which type of bonds will be present here? Only sigma bonds. Only sigma bonds. No pi bonds in this sp3 carbon. And if you take sp2 carbon, in sp2 carbon, 3 will be sigma bonds, 1 will be pi bond. So in sp2 carbon, how many pi bonds will be there? Only 1 pi bond. In sp3 carbon, 0 pi bonds. In sp3 carbon, 0 pi bonds. 4 will be sigma bonds. And sp2 carbon, 3 will be sigma, 1 is pi. And if you take sp carbon, in sp carbon, how many sigma bonds? 2 sigma bonds. And how many pi bonds? 2 pi bonds. So 2 pi bonds and 2 sigma bonds are present in sp carbon. Okay. So if 2 pi bonds are there around the carbon atom, in any structure around the carbon on both the sides, if only two pi bonds are there, if only 2 sigma bonds and remaining 2 pi bonds are there, suppose. If 2 pi bonds are available on carbon, that carbon must be sp carbon. And around the carbon atom, if 1 pi bond is there and 3 sigma bonds are there, suppose, that will be having what? sp2 hybridization. And around the carbon, if all 4 single bonds are there, all single bonds are sigma bonds. So like that, that will be called sp3 carbon. Okay. Next, the bond angle. The bond angle in different types of hybridization. In sp3 carbon, around the sp3 carbon, what will be bond angle? 109 degrees 28 minutes. What is called? 109 degrees 28 minutes. Or we say 109.5. Because 60 minutes equal to 1 degree, na? Like that here, 28 minutes means nearly half degree. So 0.5. So 109.5 degrees. We can say otherwise, 109 degrees 28 minutes is the bond angle of sp3 hybridization. And if carbon undergoes sp2, what will be bond angle? 120 degrees. So what is the bond angle of sp2? 120. What is the bond angle of sp3? 109.5 degrees. And what is the bond angle of sp? 180. So 180 degrees is what now? Bond angle in sp carbon. So whenever you take sp carbon around it, what is the bond angle? 180 degrees. What is sp2 bond angle? 120. What is the bond angle of sp3? 109 degrees 28 minutes or 109.5 degrees. And geometry means shape here. Geometry indicates what here? Shape. So what is shape of the carbon? Around the carbon, what is geometry? Tetrahedral geometry for sp3 carbon. Trigonal planar geometry for sp2 carbon. Linear geometry for sp carbon. Around the sp carbon, what is geometry? Linear. And trigonal planar for sp2. Tetrahedral geometry for sp3 carbon. And percentage of s character. Percentage of s character is what? 25% in 25% in sp3 carbon. So 25% in what? sp3 carbon, and 33.33 in percentage in sp2, and 50% in sp carbon. So what is the share here? 1 by 2 means what? 1 s orbital out of 2. Here 1 s orbital out of 3 total, and here 1 s orbital out of 4. So totally how many involved in sp3? Tell me. In sp3 how many involved totally? 1 s orbital and 3 p orbitals. Na? Totally how many orbitals involved here? 4. So when 4 orbitals totally involved, how many s orbitals are there out of 4? 1. So 1 by 4. 1 by 4 into 100. So what we have to calculate? Tell me now. Percentage. So percentage of s character is equal to what now here? I'm taking in sp3. In what? sp3 carbon. In sp3 carbon, what is the percentage of s character? How to calculate? I mean sp3, how many s orbitals involved here? 1 only. Only 1 s orbital is involved. So 1 s orbital involved by totally how many? Totally 4 orbitals. Na? Totally how many orbitals? Totally 4 orbitals. What are the 4 orbitals here? S orbital 1 and 3 p orbitals. Totally how many? 4 orbitals. So 1 s orbital divided by totally 4 orbitals. That is equal to what now here? 1 by 4 into 100. So that is what 1 out of 4 into 100 will be what now? 25%. Like this, we have to calculate what? Number of s orbitals involved divided by total number of s orbitals plus p orbitals involved into 100 will give what now? Percentage of s character. So what is the percent of s character in sp3? 25%. In sp2, 33.3 percentage, and sp hybridation only 50 means 50% will be there. So where maximum s character? sp. Minimum s character? sp3, remember. So minimum s character in sp3, maximum s character in sp. Remember that if sp character is more, suppose if sp character is more, size will be less. Remember this point. If s percentage is more in the hybridation of carbon, that carbon will be having smallest size. Now tell me, among the sp3 carbon, sp2 carbon, sp carbon, which is smallest carbon atom, smallest in size? Sp carbon. Why? Because of greater percentage of s. More the s percentage, smaller is the size of the carbon atom. So among the sp carbon, sp2 carbon, sp3 carbon, which is largest carbon atom? sp3, because of smallest percentage of s character. That point keep it. Take the screenshot of this ones. Next. Now here see, number of pi bonds and type of hybridation. How to find out type of hybridation in carbon? Type of hybridation in carbon atoms. In carbon atom, what is the type of hybridation? If you want to get, what we have to check around the carbon? If 0 pi bonds are there, sp3. If only 1 pi bond is there, if 1 pi bond is there, sp2. If 2 pi bonds are there, sp. So suppose you take here the type of hybridation, you check like this here. Suppose one carbon is having all 4 bonds around it. It is what now? sp3 carbon. Why it is sp3 carbon? Because 4 sigma bonds plus 0 pi bonds. 0 pi bonds. If carbon is having 2 double bond and 2 single bonds, and in this case what now here it is sp2 we say. Why it is sp2 carbon? Reason is what? In this here, here is sigma, this is one sigma. So here it is sigma bond, this is also sigma bond, and here one sigma bond, and there is one pi bond here. So totally how many sigma bonds here? 3 sigma bonds plus 1 pi bond. If 1 pi bond is there, that is sp2 we have to see. And other case, if carbon has one triple bond and one single bond, the single bond will be sigma, and here in the triple bond one sigma and 2 pi bonds here. How many pi bonds in this? 2 pi bonds and 1 sigma bond. Totally how many sigma bonds here? 2 sigma bonds, 2 sigma bonds plus 2 pi bonds. If 2 pi bonds are there, what is that here? If 2 pi bonds are there, that is sp carbon. So like this, sp3 carbon, sp2 carbon, and sp carbon we have to check. Okay, by taking what number of pi bonds? By taking number of pi bonds, we can say the type of hybridation. Is that clear? Now, once take the screenshot of this. Yeah. Now check it here. Listen carefully. Suppose you take here C single bond C, C single bond C. So CH3, CH3, single bond CH3. Suppose CH3 single bond CH3. Here, this bond is what? Is it ionic bond or covalent bond or coordinate covalent bond between carbon? It is. It is covalent bond. In this covalent bond formation, this carbon has given 1 electron, right? This carbon has given what? 1 electron, and this carbon also has given 1 electron, right? So here 2 electrons are there here. So 2 electrons indicating what? Shared electron pair, otherwise bond pair. This bond pair is there in one single bond here. Between carbon single bond is there, and the single bond contains what? 1 electron pair, bond pair, otherwise shared electron pair. Suppose this bond between C and C can be broken down. Can be broken down in 2 ways. Remember, so in 2 ways it can be broken down. Okay. So in first case, homolytic homolytic fission. Fission means what now? Breakdown. Homolytic fission. And second case we take heterolytic fission. Heterolytic fission. Fission means what? Bond fission means what? Bond breaking. So if you break this bond, into two equal halves, okay, we get what now? Means if you want to break this bond, we have two types of fission. What are they? Homolytic fission and heterolytic bond fission. In homolytic, what happens is that, see here, one electron will go to this carbon, one electron will go to this carbon. Okay, out of the two electrons of the bond pair, one electron will go to right side carbon, one electron will go to left side carbon. Then we get what now here? This carbon has got one electron. So here CH3 has got one electron on it. Right now? And one more also what now here? One more again another CH3 also with one electron. Okay, so CH3 with one electron, CH3 with one electron. So this dot otherwise cross both electron only here. So dot or cross. Anyone is what now? One electron. So electron is given indicated by what now? Dot otherwise cross. So to distinguish between two electrons of different carbon atoms, I have shown one dot of this carbon, one cross of this carbon. That's it. So two electrons of two different carbons. Now here, out of two electrons of the bond pair, one electron has come to this carbon, one electron has gone to this carbon. Yeah, in this case now here, what we have taken, homolytic fission means out of two electrons. Yeah, so we were discussing about this homolytic fission and heterolytic fission, right now? So in this homolytic fission, so what happens here? The CC bond is divided homolytically. Homolytically means what? Out of two electrons, one electron will go to each carbon atom. Then we get what now here? CH3 with one electron, CH3 with one electron. So this is called here, this CH3 with one electron is called, the CH3 with one electron is called here methyl free radical, we say. What we say on this one? Methyl free radical, we say. What we have to say this one? Methyl free radical. Okay, so methyl free radicals, how many formed here? Two methyl free radicals formed here. Each CH3 group with one electron is called what now here? Free radical. What we say? Free radicals. So free radicals are produced. How many methyl free radicals produced here? Two. Then heterolytic fission means what happens? You check it here. So out of two electrons, the two electrons suppose gone to one carbon. Suppose imagine that these two electrons have gone to this right side carbon. Then we get what now? This left side carbon becomes what? CH3 plus. And the right side carbon becomes what? CH3 minus. Right one? So yeah, what happened in this heterolytic fission? Out of two electrons of the bond pair, the two electrons have been shifted to one carbon, suppose. If two electrons shift to one carbon, suppose, then what happens? This right side carbon gets electron pair. No? This right side carbon with minus charge gets one electron pair on it. Electron pair. So this electron pair will be residing on which carbon? C minus or C plus? On C minus. On C minus, one electron pair will be present here. And on C plus means on carbon, this plus charge is there here. So C plus is there here, C minus is there. The C plus does not get any electron pair. Any single electron will not be there, and electron pair will not be present on this. This carbon is losing its electron. Actually, for the formation of this bond, this carbon has contributed one electron. This carbon has contributed one electron for the formation of this bond. Now, what happened when this bond is broken down? The two electrons have been shifted to this right side carbon, and it got C minus with electron pair. And left side carbon is having what now? Plus charge on it. So CH3 plus, CH3 minus. So this is called what now here? This CH3 plus is called here methyl carbocation. Methyl carbocation, we say. And this one CH3 minus is called what? Methyl carbanion. Carbanion. So methyl carbanion methyl carbocation we say. Methyl carbocation, methyl carbanion. Anion means negative ion here, C minus. Whenever CH3 minus is taken, whenever carbon with minus charge is taken, always imagine electron pair on it. C minus will always have one electron pair on it. C plus does not have any electron pair. Now C plus has what now? 3 bonds with 3 hydrogen atoms. Here CH3, C minus also has 3 bonds with 3 hydrogen atoms. The C minus has 3 single bonds with what? 3 hydrogen atoms. A C plus also has 3 single bonds with 3 hydrogen. Right, ma? So in this way, we have to understand what now here. C plus has 3 single bonds around it. C minus also has 3 single bonds around it. So the C minus is what? Methyl carbanion. CH3 plus is called methyl carbocation. Because CH3 is methyl, na? Methane minus 1 hydrogen, methyl. So methyl group is there na here. That's why it is called methyl carbocation. It is methyl carbanion. So this methyl carbocation is also called methyl carbonium ion. Carbonium ion we can say. Otherwise, methyl carbocation we can say. Both are same. And this name is what? Methyl carbanion. This point keep in mind. So now what I am going to say is that on methyl free radical, sp2 hybridization will be there. So the methyl free radical has sp2 hybridization. The carbon of free radicals will be having what? sp2 hybridization. And the CH3 plus methyl carbocation also has sp2 hybridization. sp2 hybridization. That means what here? The C plus with 3 single bonds will have what? sp2 hybridization. And C dot with 3 bonds with hydrogen atoms. CH, 3 single bonds with hydrogen. Along with 1 dot. 1 dot indicates what? 1 odd electron. ODD. Odd electron. 1 odd electron is there and 3 single bonds there around it. So it is what now here? Free radical we say. So the carbon free radical has sp2 hybridization on it, and carbon carbocation means carbocation also has sp2 hybridization. But this methyl carbanion, this one has sp3 hybridization, remember. So what is the hybridization on C minus? sp3. The C minus with 3 single bonds with hydrogen atom. C minus with 3 single bonds with 3 hydrogen atoms has which type of hybridization? sp3 hybridization, remember. Okay, so sp3 will be on C minus. sp2 will be on C plus. sp2